Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. We continue this evening Saturday night entertainment as we jump straight into the 5v5 Crystal League. We've got a Conqueror's Hall packed here. I'm over at the Fort Sterling one, Shozen, and it is rammed full of players ready to throw down here. We got teams queuing for 1, 2, 3, and level 5 simultaneously, so plenty of action. Obviously, we're going to try and focus on the high-level matches as well. See how competitive they are this week. We got Elitan and the boys out who had a very good showing in the off-season CLC. We got a few. I see Fatnex. I see Nick BR10, Aings. I'm seeing loads of names, actually. Some of the Mighty Frogs boys, Ruined Experience from Conflict. And this is just Fort Sterling. I haven't been around. The FS Petit Phils.
Yeah, there's some big names out there.
Haven't seen him for a few weeks, actually. I can't remember seeing him on the field.
Last season? Yeah.
Yeah, but these guys obviously are going to be taking part in 5v5s in just under 5 minutes. We're here for 3 matches tonight, hopefully. Back-to-back 5, 6, and level 7. And, of course, each level it goes up. The stakes go up, the rewards go up, and, of course, the IP goes up, which means juicier gear from the enemies. How are we feeling, Shozen? You ready to get into some tonight?
Yeah, I hope we get some really good matches. We had a couple of good matches last weekend. And it's always good to see new players or returning players come back into the Crystal League. I wanted to say new players in the Crystal League, but it's really old players returning back to Albion is what we're seeing a lot of here in the 5v5 scene.
There's definitely a lot of that as well. Obviously, the new Lands Awaken expansions brought a lot of people back for the open world content. And as a side note, if they're playing actively, then dipping into 5v5s, there's never really been a better time to get into it because you've got a non-full loot option. It scales up. And of course, now what's insane now is the new system with the towers, right? If you want to level a tower, you don't have to play the specific level to get the next level up, right? Each level awards a fixed amount of energy. So even level 1s can level a level 7 tower to level 8 if you fight enough of them. So even your guys fighting level 1s have a point to like be on your towers now playing. So it's a better time than ever to get into it. And of course, you don't lose anything in level 1s except your pride when the enemy whispers you and tells you that you're rubbish and you should uninstall after you've been trounced.
Yeah, it's how do I say this? Like,
well, I just didn't expect it from you, Shozen. Do you know what I mean? The co-worker, friend, I didn't expect it would be you whispering me. I mean, like,
well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I am getting a couple of whispers right now, actually, if you want to talk about whispers. I just got whispered from Cryon, who's telling me he's got a team that he's going into.
Back.
Yeah, he's back. Because, he heard us talking about, people being back. I was going to mention, like, a YouTube Asian Tan we saw recently. We saw Marvin out there. There's D's Nuttius, who we hadn't seen in a while.
Bob Freeze is back in factions.
Bob Freeze in factions, getting that faction fight going again.
I see Marvin. Actually, he's talking to Devil. I see Marvin in front of me. What a lad.
Freaking love Bob Freeze. It's a great show, the Bob Freeze show. If you ever get a chance to check him out over on Twitch or YouTube.
I think he stopped streaming because of college and uni and stuff and real life. Unfortunately, the streamer life wasn't for him, but he was very, very entertaining for sure. Right,
well, he is definitely here and doing the factions, and we are about to go in. Like you said, we have a number of teams signed up. Who do we want to go on? We have Marvin is here. Like I said before,
is Marvin tanking? I mean, I wouldn't mind. I could watch a bit of Marvin. It's been a while. I'm gonna be honest.
We watched Marvin on Tuesday.
How was it?
Well, it was good enough that I'm saying you could watch it if you want to.
He's on quite the team, to be fair. He's got your Ben Bokix, D's Nuttius, Silent NJ. I know the name. I don't really know him as much of a GVGer traditionally. Right. I know he's a very experienced Albion player. I think he's quite a big Hellgater.
NJ sent me a message recently to let me know that it's not Silent New Jersey.
No?
No. Let me see if I can find that.
All right, here we go then. He goes, seeing.
Nuno Jesus. Talking. I don't know what that means. Nuno Jesus?
I mean, we'll just call him Silent NJ because that's what it says on my screen. And my speciality is looking at things on my screen and telling the people watching what's happening on my screen. That's basically what you employ me for. So What it says on my screen, that's what I'm going to read. I'm like a seasoned newscaster. If it comes up on the teleprompter, that's what I'm going to say. If it happens in the match, that's what I'm going to say. And here we go. Talking about that, we're going to get into our first matches here at Level 5 Crystal League with Mr. Marvin. It's been a while since I checked out a Marvin GVG, but they're always entertaining for one way or another. It's going to be playing the Great Hammer, which is, I'd call the Great Hammer the meta tank weapon at the moment, Shozen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we expect to see a traditional 4-1 split opening. Some people have experimented with a 3-1-1, something a bit tastier, a bit spicier. But really, it's like you catch them off guard occasionally for that. It's not really the go-to strategy. So it's a 4-1 opener for both. It's a Starter balance on Lasagna Man. So we'll see how that plays out. He's going to go for the Nasty Wounds Tenacity Cow anti-heal tank. First Marvin's more traditional CC actually whiffs his first tackle. Firewall goes down. Bot kicks. It's the double glaive front line, but NJ is taking a walloping from the Mystic Rocks, but he's forced back. Nice forward pressure. D's Nuttius manages to catch the tail end of the meatball. The bolt's going down. Lasagna Man taking a beating. His duty's about to expire as well, and those dots are ticking in. He's mega pierced. He gets flicked. He's out of position. Bounces on the firewall. Nicely controlled from Nutius. NJ, the healer, was in danger of a trade, but manages to stabilize with the Celestial Sphere. The fight will continue 4v5, though it looks like BYOT, the red team, do not want to tap out of this just yet. They get aims into the corner, though. Mortal Agony, a couple of bolts into him, and he is inside that field of death. Remember, there's an anti-heal that is very, very nasty here. So Fatnex on that Demonic, combined with the savagery that is the Starter balance, that is a lot of anti-heal potential. I'm actually surprised that they're not playing a carrion caller as well. Like, they could just go full anti-heal, but I think they want that control as well. I like the glaive, though, because you can flick them back into the field of death.
Yeah.
Volnazera trying to get out.
It's positional control, Lewpac. It's very important, like for you, like as you said, getting that kill pressure and securing the kill after you've put a lot of damage on them.
Volnazera dies in front of his tent, Shozen. Sorry to jump in there.
No, yeah, so this fine. It's a sad time when you see somebody die in front of their tent.
We've seen these boys doing this double glaive as well. So one of them's running the Royal, which handles the energy build-up. And Bokix runs the soldier armor, which is very, very scary. Now, the soldier armor doesn't actually have any effect on the flick. It's a fixed distance. I do believe it does affect the Impaler CC, though. If he runs Impaler, it's gonna last longer, the debuff, because of the Fury ability. And oh, look at that. We see Maya actually get comboed hard. Flicked. Second flick goes out. The healer is Mortal Agonied. Already his cleric's gone, and he's just out of there. Just stab him to death. And that was walk up the choke. Your healer gets deleted, and Lasagna Man and the gang are going back. They should have another flick any second. That's flick number 1. Lasagna will cartwheel, and flick number 2 will come after the firewall. Actually, they might not even need it. And again, this
easily securing kills here against a very good team, Lewpac. I mean,
the problem with this demonic staff and the field of death, right? It doesn't do the damage that Area of Decay does. So you can't. In a situation like that, you can use Area of Decay to threaten the enemy, right? You can use Area of Decay to force them out of the choke and force them to not follow up on that. But Field of Death only works if your team's doing damage. It doesn't work on the retreat because the damage from it is so little that you don't care. If you're not in danger, you don't care about it. You're not going to walk through an Area of Decay freely, right? But a Field of Death, you don't care. You only care if you need to be healed.
You're not getting hit.
Yeah. So this time we see Maya playing very, very far back. Look how deep he's playing here just because of that the opener. 3-man tackle on the front. Volnazera, that's the field of death. 3 of them low already, just being stabbed.
Crushing Lasagna Man and Volnazera.
And they just can't keep up any sort of pressure on the back foot. The duty's going to expire. Nice defensive firewall from Volnazera there. Lasagna Man's on top of 2, but he's actually like, they're not using it as an anti-heal right now. They were literally using it as a peel, but Yarbem caught in a horrible spot. Lots of anti-heal this time from the Mystic Rocks. They're going to actually flick. Oh, Maya again looking for it. The Cleric's going to pop. There's no purge for it, but they want to follow up. Is there a second flick? Can they reach? Marvin's gone in deep. It's a 2-way fight right now. Split. Yabem is going to be forced out of the engagement. So is Lasagna. They're looking for the re-engage. Bot kicks. Max stacks. Down goes the Guardian, and Silent is going to go down. This time, Red are going to find the healer. Tackle onto 2. Marvin with a double dash as well, actually. Like, when was the last time you saw a double dash hammer?
Not very often right now, Lewpac.
So I actually think in the opening exchange, I said that he whiffed his tackle. It was actually a slow in charge. He didn't whiff his tackle. He was just repositioning. I'll be honest, I just didn't expect him to possibly be on slow in charge.
Okay.
I can understand though, because you don't really want a power geyser when you've got 2 other melees, because you're going to be knocking them all over the place by accident. Like on your control target, and inertia ring just doesn't make sense here. So
not really, yeah.
Yeah, I like double dash. Knockout's a bit clumsy in a 5v5, especially with a fire mage.
Yeah, they need that positioning.
And heavy
they need
smash.
to know where the opponent's going to be. You don't want to knock them around too much.
Heavy smash is just a meme. Like it's a completely different build for the hammer if you want to use any sort of heavy smash. Bot kicks. There's nice heals there coming out from the back. NJ does commit the Celestial Sphere early on. Marvin going to come forward, looking to get that position. He might go for the double dash to try and get them to... Oh, he bounces off the wall, though. Slow and charge into firewall. Going to bounce right back. Now he's trying to get through the front line. They're going to go behind their firewall. Might look to go for a kidnap on Lasagna here. Ains is going to flick these nuttiest. Down goes the meatball. He sidesteps that. Pops his resi as well, but the anti-heal comes down. He's got the firewall. Guardian is committed as well, but there's the field of death and these nuttiest. Oh, they cartwheel him out of the field of death. The heal does connect. Surely he's got a drop. There's another heal. Is there an orb in time? There's another heal. These nuttiest surviving in the corner, and Ains with the tunnel vision is probably going to die.
He's going to get turned on, and he's going to die. Oh my God, but these nuttiest finally gets down.
He didn't die.
Yeah.
Ains survived somehow.
Ains survived, but Deez goes down. I thought Ains was dead. I mean,
I thought they'd made the turnaround from the tunnel vision there.
But that's
all of a sudden,
fantastic play by Red there. I thought, Blue had turned that.
There's no burst as well. That burst that we saw at the start is just not happening.
No,
and
it's
the anti-heal is definitely ramping up.
They changed something over there on the red team, and it really was successful in these last 2 engagements. They've really turned this match around after a very rough start. I was going to come in here and say, impressive early showing by Marvin today after being gone for a while against one of the top teams that we have here, a multiple-time Crystal League championship show.
From what I'm seeing, actually, though, I actually just think they're playing better. I don't think they've changed anything. Okay. What's quite interesting is the Demonic starts playing the Assassin Hood, which means he refreshes his skills quicker. And that does mean he gets more Dark Matters out as well. Like a full Meditate will almost fully reset Dark Matter, so he can put a lot of damage out there. In theory, to make up for the damage he's not doing with the Field of Death, but the effective damage of anti-healing is probably very considerable because it's a massive AoE as well. So you can see it there on top of that firewall. It's a huge AoE, and even if they're not stood in it, it does shut off a whole area for them to fight in. Nice 3-man tackle from Marvin there. Batnex, though, standing strong with his Cleric. Finally does commit the roll, and they're going to go for the flick into the wall on Silent NJ. Great combo there from Red. NJ nearly drops, but he gets his Cleric off, and this time Ains is not going to hang around right to the end, but they grab him on the way out. There's some good damage up front. The Mystic Rock's going down to slow down the action. Slow in charge from Marvin. He's pulling back for the heals. 5-man heal there from NJ. Very nice, but these guys probably just going to go straight for the rotators. They're going to eat another 20, Shozen.
Yeah, these guys are in trouble right now, Lewpac. They are on the back foot, like you said, and
they need to go aggro here.
Yeah, well, they're only going to have 46 points left here. They need to make a play, and they need to go at it hard.
Stun Marvin.
Oh, Marvin, no!
Oh, I could have stunned him. He could have stunned him. He'd used the slow in charge. He definitely could have stunned him. I think he's even got... No, he hasn't got Fiend Sanders. He's got Cultists, but yeah.
Oh, well, he could have... Still something. Anything
he tackles
there,
into the wall as well, which is never a good feeling. Marvin's going to get flicked out of there. There's the big anti-heal on the choke. This is horrible for Blue right now. They do manage to get out of the anti-heal, though, and into the Judy, which will hopefully let them stabilize. But another, thanks to that Meditate, another Field of Death comes down immediately. The Zanya Man's very low at the back, and they could think about pressing the issue here. Marvin's going to get flicked, but he's in a great position for a 4-man tackle if he can find it. Oh, man, they stun lock him as he gets there.
Yeah, he just doesn't have any opening, and they're going to be down to 26.
They've got to push here. They've only got a couple of minutes to play with, and they need to find another of those healer deletions that they opened with. These Nuttius is going to go for it. Lasagna Man's actually half HP as he comes in.
Oh,
I like this from Ains and Lasagna, though. They actually split.
Yeah,
right?
they did.
Now that Lasagna's in big trouble here. We know the healer's going to come in looking for the save. Double flick. The Celestial Sphere. Oh, my goodness. The range on that Celestial Sphere was
amazingly just filled him right back to the top.
But the full
completely
dive,
out of
the full glaive dive at the other end. The Field of Death does go down. Celestial Sphere. Bokix is getting basically nothing from it. He's got Mystic Rocks into Celestial Sphere inside the Field of Death. That means he receives 10% healing.
That's so
out
little
of 100.
healing.
Like, so yeah, so he loses 90% healing effectiveness. It would have been 100, but they nerfed it.
They nerfed that. Yeah, they said you can't.
It at 90 because 100%. I think it should just be able to go negative, Shozen.
Oh, so
I think like to the point that if you get healed, you take damage.
Take damage?
Like your healer's
like
hurting
you're a zombie? Well, there goes Fatnex. There's an opening.
Negative
3 seconds left.
Oh,
6
they're
points.
not going to give it up though. They need a second. Like they need to find
third. They need 3 kills here because they need to get these guys all the way off the field so they can get 2 caps.
They just got to go hyper aggro. Dive the healer right now. Like no anti-heal, you can go super aggro. Lasagna Man's going low. Ains is going low, but these guys need to think about caps. 40 seconds. That's some nice forward pressure. The AoEs are hitting, but they need to finish the job. Somebody needs to go. It's 30 seconds. And the thing is Fatnex is going to be up very, very shortly. Maya, though, if they can get Maya, that might be a thing. That might be a thing. Oh, he's missed the crucial one. They finally get the healer. But these guys, Lasagna's dead. Lasagna's 100% dead.
Bonus era, too. But they need to get 2 caps. They've already got to be going to get 1 cap. They have to take the walk.
There's only 4 of them here. Somebody's gone off. Nobody's gone for the cap.
No, Bokix is just screwing around. It's too late.
Like 10 more seconds. If they had 10 more seconds, they'd be fine. Did Fatnex interrupt that? No, he didn't. But it's going to be a little bit too late. Oh, what a match, though. What a match and what a finish. 10-5, though. I didn't think it was that. Marvin's team got 10 kills.
That's pretty good. Head over to Elite Ann real quick. This match has completely turned around. The Elite Ann and the boys had a huge lead in this one.
Whopping lead.
Yeah, and now it's been completely eaten away by the red team.
Blocko de Rua used to be PoE. Are they not PoE anymore? Okay.
They're part of One Done, which is still PoE.
Okay, right. No, Bala Ella is. What's Plaga alliance with Blocko?
Plaga? I don't know. Blacka might be one of the ones that recently left. You've seen a lot of groups leaving, just like Sun did. So
yeah,
I can't keep track.
Not just the same. We left to do our own thing, right? That's very different to leaving to switch sides.
Well, I didn't say they switched sides. I just said they left.
I think EQMS did, didn't they?
EQMS definitely switched sides.
They just straight switched sides.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, we're losing, guys. No interest.
Well, they want content, I think, is what it is.
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody's got time to lose. We didn't leave Arch to lose.
Oh, that was a lovely hit down the choke there from Zayo. It's a 2 cap to 1 as well, but I mean, these Red should push right now. Look at that pressure.
Absolutely.
They're going to line up. There's the guys up. Where's the shot? Get them all. Oh, Elitan is getting pounded by this fire.
They're pressuring him hard, yeah.
And he's playing Firewave, actually, not Firewall, which I kind of like, honestly. Like, Firewall's good, but against the pole hammer, he doesn't really care because he has Geyser and he has like the long range stun. Litan probably drops here, trying to get back in his duty. Not going to man up. 1 more heal will do it. There's the orb. There's the Holy Flash, and he's going to be stabilized for now. Very aggressive duty from Red. They're not dipping back for the cap. They're going to man fight 5v5. They have a massive advantage, though. Relica's going to go back. Oh, it's a spicy meatball.
There you go.
Imagini just was outside the hitbox as well. That might have just straight up toasted him.
Well, that's going to allow them all the time in the world to go ahead and...
Oh!
Dazio, what do you do?
He's poisoning him, so he can't make any changes. He can't change any gear.
Oh, nasty. All right, I like it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he wants to change gear, but he's saying,
there
well,
like
even if you did, I don't care. Here's a Imagini. Okay, he's gonna switch something here.
And they're wasting a lot of time here on this rotation, though. They've say a full 20 seconds hanging out at the tent, and now they're definitely eating
they're definitely eating a 20 rotation here, aren't they? Shozen and BYOT up on the ropes as Zayo, he's posturing to finish this one off, isn't he? He's not messing around here.
No, he's going very wide, but are they letting them take this cap?
No, he's just going to play the angle and look for the geyser. So Elitan hits 1, hits 2. He was a little early on the tackle, but it's going to be enough. Yep. And Elitan doesn't get punished for committing that either.
Not at all.
Usually that would be a good signal for the Clothies to pull up, but Red kind of They kind of played that one without confidence, didn't they? They didn't really fully commit, but that is a big combo on the choke. Nice reset, though. Judy comes down. They didn't panic. They got the Judy down. They started pumping the heals. And Hooga Looga Booga, what a name that is to read out loud. He's taking a bit of a beating. He's not able to play this frontline glaive that you know he wants to. Litan pushing. Relica. Down goes the Cultist Sandals. That rotten ground. Nice stun. For Torm, he's going to pop his resi. They stack up. There's the nasty wounds onto 2 as well. Zayo. Oh, it's the artillery now from Ruined Experience. Okay, this is so much damage from double fire mages with artillery and wave. This is just a brutal siege. Like, Zayo has to be interrupting these guys. Like, you cannot allow 2 fire mages to pump like this.
No, you have to get on top
reminds
of them and
me
keep
of the
the
old
pressure on. Yeah.
double one-hand fire me and Scuzz used to do in the back line. We used to both just charge it up and then call a target and blast them with double pyroblasts. But
Hit the same
Imagini,
target, just melt them.
yeah, just absolutely remove him off the face of the planet. Much like Relica's getting right now with that Dark Matter nearly killing him. Poison from downtown. Praetorm is so low. They're all so low, but there's no follow-up. One of the fire mages is dead. They still got a minute 30 because of that 2 cap helping them a little bit. But like Elitan, he's dropping nasty wounds on people that aren't under pressure. Like, you've got to save that for the kill moment. It's not a massive cooldown, but you don't just fire it for the sake of firing it.
Living on the edge there.
Relica's gone, and that's going to be GG. I think you're going to be stuck on 2 points here, waiting on the respawn. There is somebody going south. I believe Imagini's going south, but they already have that cap. Yeah. Like,
he's wrapping around. He's just trying to come back. He was out of position and needed to come back.
And like, you probably would have given this to Elitan if you looked at the lineups at the start. Honestly,
yeah, I would have.
After the off-season tourney, I think Relica, he's not geared up here. He's only died twice, but
I would not have picked the Zapata.
I mean, they're good. They're good. Yeah, they're good players, but we hadn't seen them as much. I don't know who this Hooga Looga Booga. It's somebody's main, by the way, because he's got 540 million fame.
Okay.
Not an
newer
alt
on
or
the
anything.
scene. Yeah, new on the scene. Kind of like
I feel like I would have known if I'd have been commentating on that guy much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we would have remembered. I think we've seen him before in the past show up once or twice, but never like a regular in the 5v5 scene showing up every week.
Couple of 18-minute matches as well, which is, you know, pretty good showing for the first one. And we got level 6s coming up in just under 13 minutes. I assume there's none still going, Shozen.
I don't think so. I'm going to take a quick look, but that's a very late match. Yeah, that's the last one going there.
Okay.
And it's over.
And
good showing.
It's done.
Good showing.
There's some good stuff, though.
Yeah.
I think there's some nice tech choices coming out of the fire there. You know, I like the adjustment of if you see the pole hammer, you don't run the firewall because he can just stun you over it anyway. That double fire was very scary, and yeah, Sabota's team did a really good job of keeping it under control there and kiting back, because it looked honestly like they were on the back foot damage-wise for most of those engagements. And all of a sudden they were popping off and finding the trades.
Yeah.
That is
it was a good couple of matches there we got to see.
That is also the end of the level 1 to 3s. Because they only have 2 time slots. And now it's time for big boy matches only. Then level 6 begins in 11 minutes. As the schedule stands, we'll see who's going to be queuing up for those. And just a reminder, if you do enjoy the Crystal League stuff and you want to get involved, the Crystal League happens 3 times a day. So there's always a match to suit your time slot. And you can start right down at level 1. Which means there is no full loot in level 1, and the IP cap isn't that high either. So you don't, you're not out geared, you're not out leveled. You can just have some fun and play, and you'll see some crazy stuff.
You have to pay. I think it's what is it, 100,000 per person.
You have to buy a ticket. You have to
get a ticket to the match, and it's not too expensive. It's worth it.
And
you see some
fun. You see some fun stuff in level 1s.
The hardest part at level 1s, though, Lewpac, getting 5 people together to do more than 1 match.
Solo queue. Give me solo queue.
I love solo Lewpac. I would even pay extra to get into a solo queue so that they knew I was serious about my solo queuing.
Yeah. Do it. Solo queue with MMR. Let's do it.
Oh my God, Lewpac. Sign me up.
I think that'd be a way teams could discover each other and people could get a bit more comfortable playing it. Because the thing is, like, you're exactly right, Shozen. It's getting 5 people together to start with that don't, again, 5 people that don't tilt after one loss as well. And a lot
That's harder to do. You can get 5 people together for one loss.
Yeah.
They'll play one loss together, but getting them to that second loss, the third loss in a row, fourth loss in a row, just learning the process of the match and getting through that, you're not going to jump into a very mature 5v5 game, which is the Crystal League here, and win right away. You're going to lose some matches, and it's very hard to get people to commit to lose 500,000 silver before your first victory.
Yeah, of course. But it gets better and it gets easier. And of course, there is Hellgates as well. One of my favorite things right now, Shozen, is joining random like public Hellgate groups off of the biggest Hellgate discords. Like people are just looking for randoms to play with, and I'm just like, hey, I'll come along and play. And I just go into it with no expectations. And you know what? Sometimes they do all right. Sometimes, sometimes you go into it with 0 expectations and you still manage to be let down. But sometimes you're pleasantly surprised and there's a bit of coordination and you have some fun. But yeah, I recommend checking that out as well. I love that Hellgates can give season points as well now. I really like that there's a seasonal bonus for Hellgates. I think that's a really good system. Same with Corrupted as well.
I think that's good. I like having gain over time rewards for these kinds of games. It's in a game where you have to show up every day to maintain your level here in Albion. There's a lot of daily grind to keep your economy up, and to have rewards that over time that reward you for showing up every day to make your economy work. I think that's a good thing.
I don't know how much you've talked about it on the war report, right? But guild economy on a guild level has been kind of gutted. Because
I have heard about this. Yeah, it's all gone to personal.
Well, yeah, guilds don't get the siphoned energy now from the season points, right? There's it's the majors don't give the siphoned energy directly like stuff like that. It's like a lot of the traditional incomes, like the Mammoth World Boss is like the only real income plus resource donations.
This is where I look back to Money Guild. Back in the day, donate or leave.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think some guilds are switching to a weekly or monthly financial contribution. Guilds that are actively warring, because war guilds, ZVZ guilds, people expect to be re-geared. It's a proper some ZVZers at the top end are self-sufficient and they don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? They've got to that level, but the majority of your army wants re-geared, and that that can cost you 250 million in a day without breaking a sweat on a busy day. And I mean, sure, you get loot donations and stuff like that, but it never quite balances out unless you have a really high win rate. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. You have to have a very high win rate.
And even then, you've got to factor in OC as well. A lot of break, like 30%, 15% breakage from OC.
Stuff breaks. And everybody is overcharging. So you are almost forced to. People are going to do it.
Any situation where OCing will give you 100 IP, you should usually OC. Like I cringe a little bit when I see people do it for 20 IP. Do you know what I mean? But then again, fights have been won and lost. We've seen GVG kills, and we've seen
people
PvG
down
matches.
to 5 HP Lewpac turn it around and come back, and we just saw it. We saw how low was he in that last match?
It just got saved.
Just barely, like 5-10 HP.
Little trivia for you: you can actually live on 0 HP.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's actually fractional. It's just not. It's just not displayed.
So you have a
technically
third of an
you're
HP?
on like 0.3 HP, right?
Yeah.
But they don't show you the fraction.
Nice. Okay, I've been there. I've been on 0 HP before, and I was like, wait, how am I on 0 HP? Is this normal? And I was told, yeah.
And then, if you'd OC'd for 20 IP, you'd be grateful that you did at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
So occasionally it does get, I guess, matter.
It does. Every little IP matters, and that's why you see so many people pushing to have, paying what you would consider way too much for a slight advantage. And it happens all the time. That's why I'm often in favor of hard caps at low levels, hard caps. Don't make the lowest level player feel like they have to push for better gear.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, in the open world, every IP counts, and it can
Right.
be
Well, absolutely, and it should be.
absolutely
That's the open
brutal.
world. That's the open world where anything can and should happen.
Yeah. But
In a
I agree though with
arena
the
where you're
matches.
going in with rules and you're supposed to, everybody's supposed to be on an equal playing field, we shouldn't encourage the lowest level of players to spend the most amount of silver to get every bit of advantage because they believe the opponent is doing that. When you do that, you make them spend too much for what they're going to get out of it, and then they no longer like the content.
Yeah,
They
true.
see the rewards based on what they put in, and they go, F that. I had to put in X amount, and I got Y amount. Are you freaking kidding me? F that. And if you have it completely capped, then there's a cap to how much they can spend. They're going to hit that cap, and then your rewards, you can balance it based on that in a much easier way, I believe. And that's just from watching the crystals for years. And that's not for the later levels. I think later levels should have a soft cap and then no cap in the highest levels of the crystal
ones.
league.
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
but
Maybe
to
no
get
cap
people
there.
involved in the lowest levels, you have to make that a low level activity. 1 through 3 should be a low level, low risk, medium reward kind of event to get people involved, or you're not going to get people into the higher ends. You're going to be having the same 80 people competing every season.
Yeah, which is not the situation you want. You need people are going to stop, people are going to take breaks. That stuff's natural. You need fresh blood coming in, and you need fresh blood working their way up. But yeah, as you said, like the scaling, I think going from non-full loot to needing sort of 5-6 sets including artifacts is quite the jump. And like you said, if the rewards aren't there, people are just not going to do it.
Right. And they believe the problem is the psychological push to bring something that is equal to your opponents, right? Or better than your opponents. And that pushes you to spend more than you should. And that's the problem. The rewards are right for where the cap is supposed to be. But players do player things, and you have to anticipate that. You have to parent the player, like say, that's hot, don't touch it. Okay, fine. I'm just going to turn off the stove and not leave the stove on all day. I want to leave the stove on.
Definitely don't do that.
No, I want to leave the stove on, have tea ready all day long, but can't. Somebody's going to go burn themselves.
These boys dancing away in here. A couple minutes, and we're going to be getting to our next one. Looks like Elitan and the guys are back with another ticket. Obviously, that fat next team looking
let's
nice
watch
with
the
the anti-heal stuff.
Yeah, we just watched them with a comeback. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, FS Petit Phils is here. Forsaken, I Engage is there.
That's a good team. Yeah. They've got a lot of returning names today. I like seeing it. It's always good to have.
And I haven't even jumped to any of the other Conqueror's Halls. I know Fort Sterling's traditionally the one people meet at.
When's the last time we watched Zerfax fight?
Oh, I know.
5v5?
I know.
Actually, this is an interesting team. This is the FS Petit Phil's team. Anginor AFK, Nick BR10, Gorgo. Gorgo, I would say, probably one of the lesser experienced in this group. Very well known, but I don't see him as often in the 5v5 as the other guys.
Zerfax always used to come up with some good stuff, didn't he?
Oh, great 20v20 designer.
Always fun to watch. Who was that? Who was the Glaive guy? Who was the guy? No, was Zerfax? He used
Zerfax
to play. Used to play the front line, and they came up with the Honk Pike and all of the funny bruiser builds that were amazing. He did like the day he was doing the Death Givers. It was during I think it was just during the Axe meta, and he used to play all sorts of different stuff and just delete people. Like really good build innovator.
Yeah, he had some really good spear builds as well. Just mixing it up quite a bit. You want to watch that?
I don't mind.
Some Zerfax?
I don't mind. Phils is the tank, I think, for that team.
Okay, let's do FS Petit Phils is a very good player. Haven't watched him in a while from his perspective.
Yeah, he's going to be playing the anti-heal hammer, not the rotten ground variant though, just nasty wounds with the roll-on boots.
Okay.
And again, like these guys, they've switched. They got the abalone and pork omelets now for the defenses. They're running resistance potions. Do you know what I mean? They're not playing as disgustingly aggro as we used to see tanks play for a season. like the full poison potions, normal omelets, and Thetford capes. Just a Judy armor and a dream on the defensive side.
We have seen people get kind of greedy in the past here, Lewpac.
Yeah, but people wised up to it, and then as people started running things like crossbows and fires, things that can burst down a tank, we definitely saw it switch back to a more tanky tank meta off the back of it. So it looks like these boys. Oh, I just got kicked out. Let me just get back.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a world tour. It's gonna be fun.
I'm back in. I want to see who they're matching up against. Hopefully they get a good matchup here to entertain us. Oh, the Sabota team actually, who we just saw take a win off of a Litan. So both teams getting a taste of each other. Great Hammer versus the Pole Hammer. So what will be interesting is to see, firstly, if Gorgo makes the switch up off of Firewall against the Pole Hammer. And Zayo, they're doing a 3-1-1, actually. Zayo pressured the cap and successfully, defended it mounted. They pulled off of the cap. They're going to look for mid instead, which I believe is going to get interrupted if Hugo can find the angle. No, okay. So the 4-1 actually ends up not doing anything because they're able to grab mid cap. But look at that slammer jammer onto Nick. Slightly overcommitted there. They do get the Mortal Agony to stick. They get the nasty wounds as well, but he gets himself into the Judy, which counters that a little bit. Flames coming down. There goes the 2-man stun. Zayo looking for something here. He's looking for the angle on that shatter. Not going to find it right now. Hugo pushing forward. Looking for Zerfax. Down goes Celestial Sphere in the back line. Meatball is a bit of a whiff there from Gorgo. Gorgo gets flicked. Awkward angle there. Zayo in big trouble, though. Being pierced. Going to get some heals on him. Freezing Wind's going to hold him in place on that choke. Another heal comes down. Does he have the Judy? Does he have the roll available? Because he gets flicked back. And again, Gorgo doesn't run the firewall. Because it's a pole hammer, he's able to run fire waves, so his damage output is a lot higher. But look at that combo. Gorgo, the fire mage, is the one that's going to be toasted. Yeah. And Zayo's looking for the angle on more. Phil's going to go for a defensive stun. Shard's coming down. There's the geyser on 2. Phil's is holding his ground here. Nice cleanse coming out. Zerfax, that's a cheeky little angle. Static Storm, good geyser. Did you see that defensive geyser? Phil's with the awareness from the high ground, knocking him out of that Static Storm. Very, very nice.
Good plays here by both teams, but it looks like a good push by Red. Gonna probably secure some points here in the center.
Well, they're not able, they haven't got time. It's back to a 5v5, and they don't have time to grab the cap.
Back really fast. Yeah, nobody peeled off in time.
Big pierce onto Nick once again. Celestial Sphere is going to hold. I mean, the respawns, anyone that doesn't know, in these matches, the respawns are quicker at the start of the match, and then they get slower. Sabata gets flicked. Actually, no, Gorgo, that looked like firewall there. It looked like he got flicked into a firewall. Interesting. I'll just keep an eye on that, because I swear he was running Firewave a minute ago. Oh, he died, didn't he? So maybe he's re-geared. He's re-geared with his default skills. And he's stuck on Firewall here, which is super, super inefficient. He is on Firewall. What he needs to do is when he gets flicked, he needs to place it offensively.
Okay.
Because placing it defensively does little to nothing, because Nick's running Impaler. Hugo could just impale him.
Oh, nice heals.
Zayo could just stun him there. Pele's going to roll. Nice, though. Actually, both going to roll. Drop the Guardian, get the heals. Phil's is 4-stacked as well. So we might need to just either get a Guardian or drop the stacks. And running this anti-heal means he doesn't have that Guardian. So he has had to switch onto the Guardian helm here because of the curse. And Pele gets isolated and dropped. And it's a kill for the blue team. Let's see if they can turn it into some caps. And also, if the respawning Pele is going to rotate. Oh, Sabota goes down. And with no healer, these guys are just full retreat. Huga wants to get out of there. Zayo's going to get flicked. Oh, nice placement on that curse staff there. Just preventing too much follow-up. And that's the difference. Do you know what I mean? A spell like that, you take note and you get out of it as quick as possible.
Absolutely.
A spell like Field of Death, you don't care unless you're in trouble.
Like you said, unless you're getting pressured, unless you need the heals right there, it's not as important. It's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about walking around it. You can walk right through it.
It's one of those spells that kind of just makes you win more when you're already winning,
right?
As opposed to turning a fight. And it definitely brings value in a fight because it's so big as well. But I do definitely prefer the Shadow Caller Potentially not the Great Curse. I think the Great Curse in the nature matchup, sure.
Okay.
I think the Shadow Caller. Look at that damage there onto Gorga and Zerfax. They stacked up, and they actually got a Dark Matter with them in the back line. They both went to a core HP, but Huga Beluga, he's overstaying his welcome.
Get his heals,
Great
though.
healing from Pele,
Yeah.
though. And that front line pressure, that just completely opened up their back line. Everybody went into a panic there, and their back line was just free casting for
and
like
now
5,
he's
10
gonna be
seconds.
dead here,
But,
double kill, and it's all the way back
on
for these
the
guys.
Return. That was
They lost
beautiful,
everybody.
a beautiful sync up there. And they got no healer right now. Pratorm is in a lot of trouble. There's the freezing wind. Oh, he just doesn't get clipped by it, but Phils is going to whack him. They're going to let for Zayo as well.
I think they're going to get Zayo
Tackle's
as well
coming
here.
off cooldown any second if he can find the angle.
Going to be able to get the slow.
He's going to roll. He's going to look for the tackle angle. There's the Iron Breaker. Guys are up, and down he goes. Nice little combo there.
Very well played by Blue here. Very well played.
That combo, I mean, it was the enemy combo first. They got the double stun uncleansed into the Shadow Caller and did a ton of damage. But Blue just stabilized, turned it around, and they did the reverse, the Uno reverse, the double stun into combo. But both of them died.
Yeah, that was a big play there. And CC is so important here.
Yeah, and it's also syncing that damage up, right? Landing all the big stuff at the same time, and where possible, combining it with the big armor pierce from the Mortal Agony.
It's that coordinated attacks and seeing and knowing how your teammates work and what their timings are, and playing with them enough so that when you see the good opening as a team, everybody follows it up properly and hits not just one skill but 2 or 3 in a row to hit the finishing blow.
Beautiful
there, just like they did there.
Phils there, by the way. They geysered him out of his tackle, then they stunned him, then they flicked him to prevent the interrupt. But unfortunately from them, Nick got there with a quarter of a second remaining and just gave him a little stab. It was like, ding, nope. Armor pierce, actually, for Pratorm. I love that. I love that synced up with the cloth effect of the Shadow Caller. There's the combo. And Zerfax burns to death just as the heal was about to proc. And that was it. Phils pops his res. Gorgo with the firewall. Actually, firewall going to be quite useful here to pull back. Oh, these two sitting in it. Here comes the Slammer Jammer.
They are in trouble.
They are rolling for their lives. He is on fire from that fire wave as well. The heals are coming, but the armor pierce is out. The Judy's down. Phils, he is standing his ground, and
they got
have
through
no caps.
that. Very impressive there. I'm going to be honest. When they stood in it so long and they went so low, I thought we were going to say,
Zayo needs to get the stop here.
They got this one,
but yeah.
Oh, well, at least they're stopping the bleed there.
Somebody's going around the back,
just
by the way.
Just a 10-pointer instead of
just
the
quietly,
20 that they were
someone's sneaking around the back here, Shozen. Zerfax is coming from behind on the Frost.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting because he doesn't really want to get into a pump fight.
Yeah, he can't do.
I don't think he's
Sabar's
just nailing
the one to
him,
go
by the
around.
way.
Now he's completely out of the fight again, and it's making a 4v5.
Sabar just nailed him with triple hits with the Q there. It was really nice. And the thing is, he's fighting Sabar and Pratorm, who are next to their healer. If there was a cap to grab down there, sure, but I don't know what he was thinking. When this guy comes up with some good stuff, that was not on the list, though.
No, it put him out of position, and it really put him into a spot where he had to face off against people who were going to be able to pummel him from distance.
Phils is just juking it out. They keep flicking Gorgo here. That's a huge combo, but Huga's maybe going to get traded. Oh, the save, just about. And now they're still behind on caps, though. They need to finish probably Nick here, or maybe find Zerfax or Onion. Here. They need to find something to capitalize. Pratorm is going a long way here.
Oh, he's going to try to go all the way back, take advantage of the 4v4.
He is, and see what they're doing. They're pumping Phils as hard as they can.
Yep.
And the reason for that is to stop him rotating. But Gorgo's already down there, and I think he might make the rotation.
Gorgo
I'm not sure.
Is not going to make it, I don't think.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the interrupt, and now Gorgo's in a very strange position again. Huga's on. Huga might roll for him, though. If Huga has roll, he can really... Gorgo, where's Gorgo going to go? He's got to
get out of there. He's got to get out of there unless he's going to get some heals. Yep.
He's going to the wall.
But he's going to get flicked.
He's poisoned. He's pierced. They're comboing him, and he's the problem is they're committing so many resources to him as well.
Right.
They spent so long.
Meanwhile,
actually, the front line had no pressure. Yeah. Nick and Phil's doing a great job on Pele here. He's trying to keep himself alive. I believe he's still got his cleric. Phil's 4 stacked, and he does have to start take notice of his stacks. And the longer these fights go on, the better the curse is. Like, the more value the curse is. Oh, it's a huge combo. The meatball with the static as well. They guised him up, so he took the full burn and the static, and that was a very, very clean kill onto Nick. And Red are like, they are clawing their way into this, Shozen. Back and forth, back and forth. They are not going down without a fight here. It was, I mean, it's still 120 to 53, right? They've barely got this under control. They've scraped 2 caps with like split seconds away from interrupts. And now all of a sudden they're looking for the healer kill. And if they can find this, they're into a 3 cap, and suddenly things are a bit different. Oh, body block there. You see that? Those cues from the fire getting blocked shows and can't connect them to the target, which might have had kill pressure, actually. Now, Huga, he's forced to blink away. Nick's actually going to miss the Impaler. Does land the Mortal Agony. The slam onto Nick. Nick's going to roll in place, but they don't manage to finish off the healer, and they don't manage to get the 3 cap as Phils once again comes forward. 2-man tackle. Insta cleanse comes out. Choke point push from Blue. Nice. Oh, what a combo onto Sandbox there. Sends him double blink into safety.
He's still in danger. He's got to be careful here.
Oh, that is such a nasty combo when it lands, isn't it?
They have to follow it up, Lewpac. They had him there.
Yeah,
they just needed to get to the wall.
Now. Look at the front line. Like, the pressure comes from having a DPS out of the fight for that time.
Okay, true enough. True enough.
Like, they get one Zerfax run for his life with double blink.
The front line manned up in that Judy, and they got all the hills they needed. And now I don't see Red with any further kill pressure after that really good play.
Yeah, but if you've got the caps, you don't need to kill. You just need to not lose. Another meatball. That meatball not so good. Just off the mark onto Gorgo. But that's Stag. When the Mortal Agony goes, he just melts. Like, it's ridiculous, that combo, honestly. He's actually had to run Frost Shield just because this damage is so insane when they land it. So they Geyser, which guarantees the Shatter's going to land, right? And then they drop the static on them and the meatball and the fire wave, and it's just so much damage. And Blue, this choke point is brutal for them.
Got to bring this up just because we have another match that's still going. The Elite Ann versus Lasagna Man match is 93-94.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What are these bangers today, Shows?
93-94 at 12 minutes.
That might still be good. They must
have had another situation where it was 1 cap apiece for quite a while. I hope.
I mean,
I don't know how
guys,
they got
by the way, these guys are going to have like 5 minutes to grab gear and get ready for their next match. Like, this is some brilliant. This is some brilliant Crystal League going on right now. Very, very close matches. Very, very technical. I love the execution of this combo. Once again, Zerfax not getting that cleanse. Like, at what point? What point does the healer come in and try and help him? And this is the issue, right? This is what I don't like about the Frostfire, is that they are both kind of forced to run energy helms. So it's a Druid Cowl on the fire, and Zerfax still has to run a Royal Cowl on the Frost, which means when they get stunned, it's on the healer to cleanse them. And they don't even have a Guardian Helm for saves between them against this curse. This is another combo on the choke. Nasty wounds going to go down. Zerfax has pushed all... Zerfax has like backed himself into... He's going to burn to death. He's literally just going to burn to death there.
He just got crushed in the back line.
I don't know why he put himself in that corner. I think he thought he'd be safe with the double blink, but he asked too much of his healer, and Onion had no chance there. They need to watch the back cap, though, because Zerfax will definitely go southwest and look for a cap.
He's still got a little while left on his spawn, I believe, at this point in the match.
Yeah, but they're fighting, and when you're focused on the fight... Yeah, look at Pratom. Pratom knows. Pratom, he's already in position to see where Zerfax goes. And that shows experience.
Yeah, well, the other thing, Zerfax and the threat of it so far has made it so that Red could not push down the stairs and get the 3 cap.
Yeah, true. Like, they've instantly turned it into a 4v4 because Pratom's watching the back. He wants to know where Zerfax is going. Another combo front to back. Gorgo melted. Nick can't stay in this either, by the way. Nick has to roll out Shadow Caller, man. Pratom is putting out some damage here. And of course, they do have the advantage that they got this extra armor pierce. They're running armor piercer on the curse, and I'm here for it, Shozen.
I like it too. I think that it should never have left 5v5.
I mean, basically, if Zeo has a stun that's in a line, anyone that gets stunned in a line can also be armor pierced in a line, and there's the combo. That is some... I just think you need to go Guardian Helm or Merc Helm on, on a curse. Even a bow or a crossbow. Just not frost fire, not 2 range DPS that require energy helms.
Yeah, I hear you. Or
But
find some way to
Gorgo's output as well. Running frost shield hurts his output a lot. Because getting that druid or royal robe build up and then like snapshotting a mad.
Oh, that's the healer.
Big slam, and now
no.
Nick ain't getting out of this, I don't think. Oh,
That's
Phil's
a 3
with
cap
a
on the
beautiful
field.
tackle though. Beautiful defensive tackle from Phil's there. Masterful stuff. But it's going to be a 3 on a nasty rotation. And they can't even rotate. They have to wait for Onion.
Yeah.
So they're going to be looking at probably a second rotation because Red's going to push aggro here. Onion's only just respawned. He still has to gear up. He still has to get cooldowns, and then he has to heal his team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Red's about to take the lead, though. We just want to acknowledge right there, Red takes the lead.
First time in the match, I believe. After, being down by like 70 points here. Going to be an aggro play as well. I don't know whether they'll stay aggro because the choke point really works for them. I'll be honest. Oh, I like that. They got Zerfax to pop his Morganas early. They immediately pull back. But if anybody goes for the cap, it looks like Gorgo's going to go for the cap. And I think look at this. Zayo and Huga, they'll split top and bottom. Oh, Phil's catches them both, though. Absolute max range on that. But the interrupt still comes out. There goes the shatter. Pele, he's come down to heal his boys, though, and he might regret it as Nick's going to roll in. Mortal agony, but the cleric goes off and he's going to stabilize. That was a good opportunity. Nick looked to take it, and they might punish Nick for using the roll here. There's the stun. Here comes the combo. Zerfax had the roll. I think he got the wrong target there. I think he wanted to slam a jammer on Nick.
Yeah.
Not the static on Zerfax with the blinks. You have, like, if you're going to use the static, you're going to have to lock them down. You absolutely have to lock them down there. It's going to be back into trades, but it's a 3 cap now. So these guys will kite. These guys can kite as much as they want. It's over in 50 seconds. But they've gone very deep. So Huga Beluga and Zayo, they need to watch for somebody dipping off the cap. And I can't see Mr. Zerfax. Oh, no, I can see him right now.
Yeah, they've gotten their eye on this. I think they're still covering it pretty good.
Yeah, and it's Nick who's in a lot of trouble here. The poison goes out. He's burning. The heal comes down. Is it going to be enough? There's another heal. He's still alive for now, but they are going to kill him, and that's going to be game. They're not coming back from this. And what a crazy back and forth match. But the Balaella Blocko Darua mix is going to take down Zerfax, Phils, Gorgo, Onion, Nick Bial. What a lineup. Every single one of these players, I believe, is featured in the CLC.
Yep. You know, and on the other side over here with the Elite Ann versus Lasagna Man, it's 57-58.
Well, you've got to go to that then, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm over on Elite Ann right now. It just rolled over. It's now 47-58. Lasagna Man and the red team have the lead and the caps right now. But blue team, as you know, if you can see the members of this team, they're very skilled. They're very good. They could pull it out at any moment.
BYOT seem to have picked up a few teams for this season to get some points in.
Happens.
Yeah, there's always somebody willing to sponsor a few teams, isn't there?
Still teams going to the guild that sponsors rather than actually playing on their guild, which is, you know, I would really like to see people wanting to play for their guild rather than being interested in being mercenaries all the time.
Getting that money. Elitan, big damage coming out onto him, including the nasty wounds up front. Lasagna and the boys playing front to back. It looks like this has been neck and neck. It is actually 7-2, though, in kills to the Lasagna Man team. So it looks like the Elitan team won one fight and held the caps for ages. Oh, nice meatball. Nice flick onto Elitan. Elitan actually swaps himself to safety. They go for the harpoon. Relica's in big trouble as well. Both of them affected by nasty wounds, followed by a 3-man stun by Lasagna Man. The follow-up from the fire, but look at this from the back line. Juliet with the heals. Keeping things honest right now. Ains once more. Gives him this man tunnel vision a little bit. Ruined experience. He's stuck. Meatball hits him. He had the resist pot for everything.
He's so lucky right there. Great. I shouldn't call it luck. Great skill by Ruined experience.
Yeah, he preempted he got the pot off before he got stunned. And that's important because it also gives CC resist, which gets him out the stun quicker. Yep. I see there the duration of the stun. Yeah. Good read. Good read on the combo. Dying with your resistance pot available is the worst feeling. Yeah, but now they know he hasn't got a pot, though. They know 100% there's no resistance pot on Ruin, and he's trying to kite back. But as they as they stack for the flash heals, they're also stacking for the stuns. Fire wave, Imagini defensive fire wave here. Elitan just trying to... Oh, he might. Oh, I thought Elitan was going to dip and look for some back caps there because Relica's going to drop here. One more stab's going to do it as Aings finds the kill. Meatball dodged by those rolls, and Red's actually a little bit low there. I think if Blue sees this, they might think about a trade, but without that harpoon and without that flick, their isolation is lacking. And again, it's this Frostfire backline, which I understand, but I don't love it, Shozen. I don't love it.
I know. This is it here. We came in. We got to see the end. Well played by both teams here.
They've got another minute on this, Shozen.
They got 2 points.
And Relica. Oh, Fat X again.
Dive somebody.
Look at Fat X's position.
You can't lose this one.
By the way, just as a note, you can actually dip out from like the south wall of the tent, and they might not see you from top. But they'll definitely see if you don't come to the main fight. They'll be like, this guy, they won't see you because you'll be just out of vision.
And already down to 2 bars before the fight even engages.
He's got the duty. He's fine.
But it's like,
look how defensive they're playing as well. They're just going to kite back.
Yep. They're not going to lose.
I like that.
They're just going to play it smart. They don't even have to dive anybody. Oh, actually, ruined.
Yeah, they're just...
Okay,
ruined.
Yeah.
The blue have got to dive. They've got to find a kill here or... Well, they got to find 2 caps. 1 cap doesn't even cut it, but...
Nope.
2 points is awful, though, because you lose to a kill.
You lose to anything.
When you're
sneeze,
diving,
Lewpac.
looking for a kill, getting traded is a very common occurrence.
True enough. When you have to go all in.
2 nearly 20-minute matches in this one, Shozen.
Great day for 5v5s. I like the length of these. This is good.
Look at a scoreline, though.
Oof, 8-2. Red team deserved that one.
Imagini, actually. Imagini on the fire. Putting out 180k damage. Like, he was 30k ahead. He was 30k ahead of the enemy fire. That's a lot of damage.
So
and again,
I guess we have to just give the props out to the healer then.
Well, Maya did 40k more healing as well.
Yeah.
Like,
well, more importantly, I think Maya kept their team alive.
Yeah.
In the important situations where Juliet wasn't able to do it quite as well. Both teams went, from what we saw, looked real good. Highly skilled play by the healers on both sides. But when you look at that and you see how much more damage was put out by the blue team and they weren't able to secure any kills, it's either got to be just too spread out or that, the other team just really did a great job at healing when they needed to.
The new Holy Flash is disgusting as well, though.
It is. It's beautiful.
Honestly,
I love it. It's so good. It allows me to heal.
They took generous heal and they just made it AoE, Shozen.
Well,
like, hey, you know that massive heal? You know that massive heal we've got on queue for Holy? Let's just make that AoE ground target.
I like it.
Because why not?
It makes me skilled healer, Lewpac. It makes me skilled healer.
Have you seen any natures today?
No. Yes.
No, we didn't see any natures, did we? Not in
Well,
fives.
I did in 20s.
Right, well, that doesn't count. Of course you saw natures in 20, because Wild Staff is great, Blight Staff is great. Well, Rampant might even see play in 20s, does it?
It's in ZVZ.
I know it's in ZVZ. I don't know if it's in 20s, though, because it just seems like it'd be the perfect
everything
side.
need to be represented in, like, every form?
No, but, like, Rampant seems like it's the perfect size for 20v20s, because, you know, like, those long walkways, it's just like, down goes the moose carpet.
Just run.
But it might not have the output.
Get that meta moose going. I don't think it does. I don't think it has the output necessary.
So going through to our final matches, then we have Lasagna Man. And who won our first one?
Your FS Petite Phil's?
Phil's team won, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. I'll feel real bad if I have it backwards.
Yeah. The Fat Next team. Yeah. The Fat Next team.
As long as you can't remember either, Lewpac,
Somebody won. Somebody won. FS Petit Phil's not online, so I think they lost.
Oh no.
I think the other team won, who they were against. There were so many names flying about. But anyway, we'll see who they're fighting, because Lasagna Man will be in there fighting them very shortly. It was the Blocko de Rua, red Blocko de Rua team.
Yes.
With the Balala, Zeo Zayo's team, DZEYO.
DZ, yep.
They won. They are currently in the market. Everybody's in the market purchasing supplies for the next match.
Well, when you have a 20-minute long match, Lewpac.
I know. Huga Beluga. What name? Pratorm, Sabota. Pele. Pele's appeared like the last couple of seasons and has really looked good, actually. Poor old Marvin, though. Didn't get through today.
Well, Marvin has another shot. There's
probably...
still more crystals today.
Tonight?
The
well,
NA, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but he's he has adult responsibilities now, Shozen. Then no more 1 a.m. GVGs.
Why not?
For us old man gamers.
Oh, Marvin can do it. Marvin is a pro gamer.
Okay. My bad.
I think Marvin's in chat and can let us know if they're gonna be doing another round later.
He's one of those people that goes. He's one of those people that when he's playing, he goes all in and he plays a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Well, some people, that's the way they like to play. Like, if you're involved in a game, that's your game. That's what you do. That's, it fills your bubbles, your social bubble, your entertainment bubble, and your rewards. Like, if you accomplish something in Albion, it can feel great. And if you, have something like Albion, which is persistent as your game that you want to win, it can be much more rewarding than, say, an FPS where you go in and win for a round, or one of those battlegrounds games where you go and you win a round and then you start another round and do it again. Or even your League of Legends or Dota. When you win here, it matters because then you get the stuff for the next time you win.
And you keep the stuff, right? These guys are literally just like sprint to the shop, get resupply, and rush back for the match. If you do go full duration, you get less than 5 minutes basically to de-loot, get your stuff, and get ready to go. But that's always nice. It's always nice. Like when you win in 6 minutes and you got to wait 24 for your next match. It's like 24 minutes isn't long enough to go and do something meaningful, but it's long enough that you're like, when's this match going to start? That's usually when we discuss what we try and to do in between matches with our boys is we look for like the worst multiplayer browser games we can find. Like the absolute worst. We found one the other day that was like, it was like a shooter battle royale Minecraft style, but it ran at about 4 FPS in a browser, and it was just it was so bad that it was hilarious. Shozen. Can't even remember what it was called, but it was good fun.
Yeah,
any recommendations for in between match browser games? Do let me know, because I always like them
during Cluster Q.
The Agar IO was always a classic with where you just had to eat each other. The balls just got bigger. I used to love that.
Yeah, my kids like the IO games. All right, let's see if we have anybody queuing up yet. Lewpac, Bogul, have you seen anybody queued?
Refreshing.
I do see the Durenton team is here. We haven't seen the Durenton team yet today.
Maybe they just rock up for the big boy ones.
And Lasagna Man as well. Both are queued up for
I engage Ochi, Nabobo, Barak, and Durenton, I believe, is a team. So there might be 3 teams queued, which means one of them gets a free pass.
Oh. All right. Well, whoever, whatever team gets recommended first in chat is the one we'll watch today. I'm not interested in doing a poll in 1 minute. So if you're interested in one of the teams, pick a winner. Okay, Ochiwan. Magical Guardian has picked Ochiwan. We're going to watch Durenton, I believe, is
the man himself, Mr. Ochi.
Actually, he going Arcane today?
Yeah, some people have been rocking the Arcane tank. It can be really frustrating to play against. If played well, it's very, very effective. But it's one of those ones, honestly, that just when it works, it looks great, but it's just not as consistent as a CC tank. Like if you against good players who are able to kite you out and dodge your mini silences and stuff, I do like it because I feel that Mimic is a very high skill cap skill, and I think that the shields on Q could be very, very good. But Fatnex is not here, by the way, for the match. I don't know if Fatnex is going to make it. He's less than a minute to get to the zone. So these guys These guys are complaining that 7-3 costs the same as 8-3, so they might as well go 8-3. They're OCing. Pre-match OCing. It's weird. Oh, he made it. Fatneck's got there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we have 4 teams signed up right now.
Not long to go. So we're going in on the Ochiwan team, yeah?
Yep, I'm currently on Durenton, who I believe will be their tank.
Yeah, I do like... oh, wait.
Did they not go in?
They did not go in, so jump on... Okay, Lasagna Man didn't get one. Durenton didn't get one.
They're all signed up.
Zayo's in one.
Right.
I think they messed their queue up at the last second or something.
Angs forgot to put the token.
Oh, he didn't have the token in his bag, so they didn't get in. So the other team got a no-show.
The pass, yeah.
So it's Graph V, Rawbit, Chickens, Alt, Stratogen, and Antarcticite.
Well, you can go back to Dezo, who we saw win earlier.
Yeah, that's who Zayo's against. And again, they're doing their 4-1. 4-1 split from Zayo, but he's actually getting pumped by the fire early. Like Graph is not standing for this show.
Oh no.
He actually pumped him, but
yeah,
they also denied the enemies. So I don't know if it was a 3-1-1 from both, and Sabota may go down here. Oh, just about get saved. Really nice. Antarcticite looking for the anti-heal. Zayo going back in. He's playing Nasty Wounds. Nasty Wounds, in my opinion, doesn't make as much sense on the pole hammer, because you're stunning at range. Like, you're not as easy to get into position. But he's here in this high-level GVG, so he's obviously been making it work, hasn't he?
Absolutely. I gotta say, I always love it when we see a match that goes into the first minute with no caps.
Oh, yeah.
And right on
cheeky.
Time.
Cheeky mid there.
Like with 1 second left as I'm calling no caps.
But they get the other one, though. They grab that 10, though. You're right. They do get a rotation. Zayo's pierced. Big pierce, actually. And here comes this another Shadow Caller combo coming down. Zayo in big trouble. Rawbit in big trouble. It's going to be Zayo that goes down. Rawbit just about manages to survive. Watch out for this Praetorm Shadow Caller combo, though. They had a bit of a shaky start because Zayo, he tried to be clever there, and fair play to Graph. He just pumped him, which is exactly what you need to do. If someone goes for the 3-1-1, whoever's come behind you, just absolutely go at them. Even if you don't get the cap, often the kill is enough to disrupt the fight.
I think Zayo can go for that other cap, though. The 4 team is winning. The 4 team is winning.
You want to go 4v5 while you cap? I think the tank has to get into this match.
All right.
I think he can't
taking his sweet time. Did he change something up?
Sabota's getting absolutely wailed on here.
That felt like a very long time for him to be gone. I feel like he had to be changing something
I think
up.
he didn't have his skill set, but there's the combo onto Stratogen, the stun, static.
Immediately come in, big plays right off the bat.
Nice freeze, counter stun. Hooga Beluga's big trouble. Nice combo from Red there.
That's going to be rough there for the blue team, as they had done a good job coming in and making some plays, but Hooga Beluga gets comboed and dead. I don't know.
He got flicked, and he got Mortal Agony while he was in the air, and he landed on an Impaler. He got absolutely just... It was a really nice play from Rawbit. Just big combo. And their mid-cap's going to go. Zayo wants to contest it, but he has mad dots, and he does find the stun. He just gets the angle onto the stun.
And barely,
it's actually, and with Praetorm nipping off there, they're 2 caps in their favor, despite being the ones that lost the last engage.
The last 2.
So the Blues definitely, Zayo's team's definitely going to be happy with that, aren't they?
That's 2 engages that they lost. They were able to get the cap control.
Because it's a slow, and Tarfosite as well is running slow in charge. Very interesting. I mean, I don't hate the skill. I just think Geyser's so much better, particularly against these fires. Praetorm getting rolled on. Antarcticite goes in with the slow again. I love that. The DPS just hugging the edge of that Judicator. They went as far back as they could, but they didn't leave the Judy. They stayed in there to help the healer out, which is always the correct play, or almost always. Antarcticite forced to defensively dash as well. They're looking for more. Actually not going to push this choke, though. Stratogen raining down ice shards. And they've got the high ground and they've got the 2-cap. Blue, I mean, I don't really know where they pulled this out of because that last fight, it was Huga Beluga that got full comboed. There's the Speedcaster, though. Pratom's in a weird spot here. Pratom has popped his res. They know he's popped his res. They might look to pressure more. The Slammer Jammer comes down. Hits Zeo. He gets the knock up onto Strat. Strat's going to be okay. Blinks out of there. Raw-bit looking to surge forward onto Huga Beluga. Bit of stabby, but nothing too scary. There's the flick onto Huga. They're looking for another combo, but this time he's much better condition. Will the Mortal Agony come out? Antarctic uses the dash into the back line. Huga manning up in that Judy. The fire wave goes into him. 3-man stun. Very nice there from Zeo. There's the combo. Strat still has his roll, though. Should have Frost Blink available as well. And it's just going to be a stabilization. But every time this happens, every reset, Blue gets another tick of 10 points. Because they hold the cap, Shozen. And Red, they can't just juke it out. They need to commit here.
Yeah, it's got to be really rough for Red here. They won those 2 engagements. They're down points. They're down caps. And yet they've got to feel like they've been winning this fight.
That was a nice fire wave. They hit them massively. They knock out outside that slam. Oh, it's not quite enough.
Almost.
Not quite enough to get the kill. Rawbit has blinked in, but there's the reset. The Judy, the Holy Flashes come down, and now Strat's in a horrible spot. Gonna have to use the second blink if he's got it. I hope he's got it. Uses the freezing wind to peel for himself, actually. Sidesteps the meatball. Will just about survive that. He blinked aggressively, and they went to punish him. Chicken with the cleanse there for his healer. For his frost, sorry. Keeping that DPS pumping. Huga, oh, they flicked in the wrong way. A slight error there, but the freezing wind, that's a big connection. Huga's already rolled, I believe. Oh, he's actually got blink, and he's going to delay teleport out of there. Rawbit and the boys surging forward. Strat maybe thinks about nipping off for the cap here. I think that's the play. Yeah, he's going to roll for it. Zeo sees it and might look for the interrupt. He's close end. Oh, Pratom's armor pierce from the corner, Shozen. The armor pierce interrupts from the corner. That's going to buy enough time for Zeo to come up, but no, he's not going to stop it. Strat's going to get it, and he immediately goes Morgana's mode. Mortal Agony's going to go onto Zeo as well. Zeo getting pumped. Puts down the Judy, though. And Pele's going to stabilize this fight. Rawbit's starting to run out of energy. Graph caught out. Static fire. That's the combo.
Wow.
That is the combo.
And all that work that Red just did to finally gain control of those caps, and it's for nothing as they're going to get pushed back hard here.
They can still man up, though. They can play down the choke
if they
and look
want
for
to get
interrupts.
this cap, they gotta. They
Strat's
need to pull some points back.
Got to interrupt this cap, Rawbit. Can't let them have it. Chicken and Strat are going to peel back. Rawbit's going to stay. Look at Sabota, though. He's already playing high ground. And this is the problem when there's no curse. The curse is great.
Zabata's got to be getting this cap now. Zabata's going for the cap. Rawbit goes in. Oh, Antarctic goes in. Okay.
Yeah, and they're back to 5 as well, so they're going to push in. So they did what they had to do there. They, like you called it, Shows, and they fought so hard for that cap. They just couldn't give it up on one death. But they are really bad in the back line.
Here if they're not careful.
Oh, that was greedy though. Pratom tried to finish them off. Like you can't use the Shadow Caller like that. You have to use it with the setup. It's such a waste. Like it does insane damage if you set it up, and so little damage if you don't. Strat though, here's the combo. Would have loved the Shadow Caller there, but luckily for them, they didn't need it.
Yeah, they could have gotten a 2 or 3 kill on that one with the Shadow Caller.
Beautiful stuff. And again, though, they've got to interrupt this cap, and Antarctic is probably going to double dash in straight after this, I believe. There's one.
He's
there's
going
2.
1, 2.
There's... Oh, he doesn't get it. Now he's put himself in a horrible spot.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot, but I think he's going to survive that.
The auto was in the air as well. It could hold 1, though. It could hold 1, and Strat could go look for a rotate here.
Good reset up top. Blue's going to try to play this really defensively at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're grinding them down. It's 2-2 in kills. Nobody's brimming with confidence, and the lead is simply because they had the caps at the right time. So, you know, they don't have a 3 cap to defend. They're just going to play super deep and force this Frost and Fire into the choke, because that's when they land their combo. Their combo is stun into Geyser with the Shadow Caller and the Meatball over the top and the Armor Pierce. Like that's their combo, and they're just waiting to execute it. So they're playing deep. They're letting the plate guys come up, and they're waiting for the clothies. Zeo's going to call a clothy, probably Strat here.
Zabata's getting blown up though.
Never mind. They held fire too long.
Mice and men.
Yeah. held fire too long, and it was an absolute deletion on. So Chicken's already going for the cap. Chicken, I mean, he's like...
He's greedy.
I don't know. Like,
play.
you need a healer here. Like, I don't know the healer stopping healing as you push.
No, you can't. No, that's never a good idea.
Especially against this deadly combo. Like, it's such a good
you could
combo.
turn in a second, Lewpac, and get you.
Zayo taking a beat in. Nice two-man stun. Are they going to combo this, maybe, with the Shadow Caller? No, the Shadow Caller went to the back.
What is the Shadow Caller doing?
He went for a clothy again. I think Zayo maybe thought he was going to get all three.
And there's
But
the cap.
Chicken does finally grab the cap. The momentum is with blue. Oh, he actually geysered Huga back by accident, looking for the forward play. And Tartasite going in. Strategy nearly dead, but Celestial Sphere is going to stabilize the back line for red. This time they're getting pushed off the high ground. There's the stun. There's the Shadow Caller.
There it is. The Roarbit. An easy kill when he's stunned there like that.
Yeah, it was the cloth proc. He procced it on the cloth, but it was hitting the plate guy as well. And Chicken's going to drop, and that is no healer. Red is going to go back. And this match, all of a sudden, after a really good start, and honestly, like, it's only 4-3 in kills, suddenly this turned, and it's going to slip away from them. They managed to grab 10 on the board, but they are still at risk of getting zeroed, because if you don't reduce your opponent to below 100 points, you don't get any rewards for the match.
That is true. They got to do a little bit more to get the rewards, but right now I think they're going into a 3 cap.
Who was it that bought all the
Facts.
GVG teams?
Facts.
Then didn't score any points and had to stay up all night farming spiders to reach crystal.
That was Facts, and there is an interview available with the GM of Facts. You can check that out. It was a good show. I do recommend it.
So now they've got an easy 20-point here if they want to defend it, which I assume they're going to. And Tartasite is going to have to play a blinder here to get the interrupt. And he went for Huga, and he couldn't find the angle. Roarbit wasn't ready to flick him. So they're going to get the interrupt, which is going to turn into 20. But they're going to have a brawl in the open, which makes it a little bit harder for Pratorm to land these combos. And I think Pratorm's the one they should be trying to focus here. Like, Sabota's positioning a lot more defensively. There goes the slam onto Roarbit. Very, very nice. 4 stacks out on the front line as well, as Blue gonna peel back. And this is the worst bit. Like, you get a bit of momentum and you want to push, but you also think, man, we should be going back and grabbing that cap, because pushing when you're 3 capped feels so bad, because they just play so defensive, force you to commit mobilities to chase them. Full dive onto Pele is the play, though. It looks like Roarbit's actually gonna get big comboed, flicked and killed.
Bye, Roarbit.
Wow, they were looking for Pele,
over.
but the range DPS couldn't get up there. It's going to be a guaranteed 20 tick right now. And honestly, I can't see a way back.
Nah. Not in this situation.
Like, Blue's just going to play 60 seconds. Graf's going to look for the cap, but who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop Zayo here? Nope. And that's a full duration stun into a poison potion as well. Zayo's still playing the greedy build. And it's working out for him, honestly. 8-3 Thetford Cape here.
Okay.
7-3 Judy.
A nice 3-man
gear.
stun and no follow-up, but still must feel good to hit it.
Oh, back cap. Oh. Gets taken.
Oh.
Pratorm.
Keeps him on the...
Pratorm went,
Keeps him on the field?
Yeah.
One more round?
Keeps it honest for a little bit. Pratorm went to investigate, but was a little bit late. And actually, Tartasite and Roarbit are coming from behind. And this has caused a bit of chaos. And Blue now, they've got an extra 60 seconds to play. And Zayo's in a horrible spot, and he's going to drop. And now Red, they're going for another cap. Immediately, Graf, he doesn't even want to eat this 10. He doesn't even want to eat this 10, and he's going to grab it, I think, just about in time.
And he got it.
And so they are no longer zeroed.
We did not think there was any point.
They can find one more here. Pratorm's dead, I think. Like, he's mortal agony. He's gonna pop as many defensives as he's got, but they're just gonna roll him now with no cleric.
Oh, they got the back cap, Lewpac. They got the back cap here.
This is a naughty match.
This is just wild. They have to honk onto Huga Beluga here and get him. They got Pratorm. Hurry up and get that other kill.
They did get Pratorm. Graf is gonna stabilize at the back. Huga Beluga's nearly dropped. One more hit. Come on, they've got to finish this guy. They've got to finish this guy.
Wait, who's going up over the top? Who's going? Dezio is getting the other cap. What's the timing on cap points here?
Graf's not gonna get interrupt, is he? Oh, he's gonna hit it.
Oh, I got the interrupt.
Graf hits the interrupt.
But he didn't get the middle.
I know, but it keeps them alive. for a minute, and there's another fight going on. I don't know. This turned into a mess. Sabota's one hit from death. Sabota goes down. Ooga Beluga and Pele. Graf can like zone out Zayo here. Like Zayo can't really fight the fire, even though the fire's got no HP. Zayo's gonna Graf's gonna grab the mid. Zayo is gonna mount up and maybe look for top, but he's gonna be too late. In the meantime, this fight continues down bottom. Zayo, Graf doesn't grab it. I don't know. I think I would have allowed that trade. Oh, what a weird way to finish. Zayo's actually getting pumped quite hard here.
Yeah, but like Graf is so low at this point.
Yeah, but Zayo won't kill him, and they're gonna grab mid, and they're gonna find Ooga Beluga and turn Pratom and turn this into a 2.
There we go.
But they're one death, and they lose though.
Yeah.
They could just all in someone here. There is people low.
Similar situations where people have come back, but right now, Lewpac, this is at 8 rotations. They're looking at 8 rotations. Man. 8 rotations, no death. Can you do that?
I mean, yeah, sure. Will you do it? Who knows? I mean, Frostfire, you probably just hard dive, don't you?
Yeah, I would just hard dive. Yeah.
Although, no, it's not a lie. You know, they've got the curse. They can play for a long time. The longer the fight goes on, the more chance they have to land a combo. We'll see how their choke play is. They were very good at holding the choke, but Frostfire is pretty painful to walk up a choke into, even for the plate users, especially Zayo with his greedy build. Like, I wouldn't mind when they're pushing choke. I wouldn't mind him seeing switch to resists. And maybe play poisons when you're on top and resists when you're on bottom, because there's a lot more chance of getting isolated. There goes the poison onto Graf, the knock up, looking for the combo. But they immediately commit boots. There goes, like, he puts out the armor pierce, but there's no follow-up. They're trying to get Strat. Comes down a little bit late, and he gets the resi off. Like, this is the problem. They need to not use it. The stun doesn't have as long cooldown as the rest of the stuff. So if they don't get it off quick enough, like there, then you don't use it at all.
Yeah,
because
you gotta make sure you have
comes
the
out
combo.
of the stun and pops his resist. You have to land the full combo or not waste it, because now Red can get to the business of brawling, because they want to do as much damage before the curse stack starts to ramp up. Both tanks popping their rotten ground there.
Pumping on Hooga Booga.
Yeah, he's looking vulnerable here, and he's not able to play that frontline game, which is giving a lot of freedom to the DPS
nice
here.
meatball hitting 3.
They're looking for the stun. Here comes the play onto Strategy. There's the stun. Done. There's the stack. If he dies, it's over. If he dies, it's over. But he rolls and he blinks.
He gets out.
Graf's looking for the heals. Chicken's trying to keep his man alive. They are going to keep him alive, and they still have the 2 cap. But of course, if they get capped on timer here, it's over as well. Pratom wanted it as well. Pratom thought about it, but he was on fire. He was on fire, so he couldn't, because the dots will interrupt the cap. There's a lovely 3-man tackle, actually. But Pratom is about to have his next combo out, and Strat he just rolled. He doesn't have res available. Hooga, he pops his res. There's the stun. They don't get the follow-up. They get the meatball off, but they aren't able to turn it into a kill.
3 of the 8 they need.
Yeah.
3 of the 8 rotations.
It's on a knife edge right now, but Strat, again, he might even burn to death at the back here. There's the armor pierce onto Rorbit.
He's not getting the orb. Oh, no.
They're surging forward, though, and they want to get them tunnel vision, though. If the enemy tunnel vision like this, Zayo drops low, they're full diving Strat, and Sabota's going to roll away. Graf's in a horrible spot. There's the armor pierce. There's the stun. There's the stack. Graf might go down here. Is it going to be nothing? He gets a res pot. He gets a res pot off, and they geyser him out of it. They need the Judy. They have the Celestial Sphere, the Mortal Agony, the Nasty Wounds. But Hooga Beluga's overcommitted. They're going to bring him down. Strat goes down to 1 bar. They all get stunned as well. How is Chicken keeping these men alive?
Well,
this
Chicken is a monster. We know Chicken way back.
Pratom's going to drop from Burns. No, he's just about to survive. Sabota's going to die if he gets stabbed again. But Rorbit, they're going to trade Rorbit. They're going to get Rorbit. They get him. It wasn't worth dying for. It wasn't worth dying for. They had that match under control, and they just finger off the trigger, Shozen. And what an unfortunate finish. Like Rorbit, he wanted more kills. Oh my goodness.
Don't go for the kills there, Lewpac. You had control. You just go play defensively.
He died for an extra kill while on 4 points. I would have loved to have seen the comeback, but what a banger of a match to end the show on, Shows, and absolutely over the moon with that one.
That was wild.
A pleasure to
That
watch.
was
So
wild.
thank you to all 10 players for giving us one
Oh yeah, absolutely.
spectacular show there. The little duke out between Graf as well, pumping Zayo,
Oh, that was
the
amazing, over the
backcaps.
top. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many
Oh,
good plays during that
a
series of matches.
wonderful, wonderful evening of matches. So we hope you guys at home enjoyed those as well. We had a lot of fun
I
casting.
did, yeah. Yeah, I did.
I had a lot of fun. I always look forward to my weekly injection of high level GVGs right into my eyeballs. My favorite to behold. And of course, all of it builds up as the weeks go on. The stakes get higher. We'll have level 8s in a couple of weeks. And then the best 8 teams of the season will qualify for the end of season CLC tournament with some incredible, very hard to get and valuable prizes. So watch this space. I think that's all for tonight, though, Shozen.
It's all we have on the docket tonight, but we do have to remind people that next week we're going to be back with a very special Invasion Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 week early.
Is it?
Yeah, because we don't want to do it on Christmas.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, you don't.
Really?
Do you want to come in here on Christmas and explain to the little girls how Daddy's got to go play Santa for some?
I mean, like, I don't have to go far to get to work shows, and I literally have to come. My kitchen's back there. Do you know what I mean? I don't have much of a commute, to be honest. So doing a 1 hour Invasion show honestly wouldn't be the end of the world. But I understand people don't want to have to worry about their virtual territories when they should be spending time with their friends and family. I completely understand that. I appreciate not having a commute, though, definitely.
Well, I also appreciate not doing the Invasion for all the players. Honestly, I don't want them feeling that they have to come during their Christmases to come do Invasion. I'd rather everybody do what they need to do for their holiday and come back the next week ready and recharged.
Absolutely. Right. Well, that's it for the GBG show then. The Daily Show will be back tomorrow, I believe, with War Report and more. Or no, you're back Tuesday. Are you back tomorrow? I can't remember.
We are back on Tuesday. I am not here on this Sunday. The only Sundays we do are the level 8s and 9s for 5v5 crystals, as well as the finals for the Crystal League Championship. Those are the only Sundays we do.
Of course. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys on Tuesday then for more Albion TV. Don't forget to whack the follow button. You'll get notified when we come online. And you can follow Albion Online on all of the other social media. And if you want to get the Albion TV shows in a more condensed format, they're available edited on our Albion TV YouTube. So go and check that out. All of the links you need are below. For tonight, though, from myself, Shozen, and Mr. Bogul in the broom cupboard, we will bid you farewell and see you soon on Albion TV.
Congratulations to Savage Big Bird and Borm Rocks. Whisper me to claim your prizes, and you'll get some lovely gold codes. And on that, we're out. Thank you guys very much.